How's it going, everyone? This is Jay from Keyboard Gaming. Noita is probably one of the most unforgiving games ever. One reason for that is that the game never tells you anything besides basic movement controls. The main reason, though, is because there are so many different ways to get hurt. Because of that, healing is an extremely important thing to have during your runs. Once you become a master of healing, you'll be able to extend the length of your runs and win much more often. There are actually quite a few ways to heal yourself, though some of these methods are quite hard to do. For this guide, I'll be breaking down everything into categories so that it's easier to follow along with. I also wanted to mention that there are most likely many more methods than these, and if there are, I'd love for someone to tell me in the comments. This video will also have massive spoilers in it, so only continue if you don't mind seeing spoilers. The first category of healing is perk-based healing, meaning you have to get a specific perk to use them. Some of these will dramatically hinder your run, while others will enable you to stay alive for much longer. Number 1. No wand tinkering. Not gonna lie, this is probably the worst perk in the entire game. The entire point of Noita is to build powerful wands, and this perk completely stops you from editing them. The healing aspect comes by the perk giving enemies a chance to drop blood money, which is red gold that heals you when you pick it up. While it is a way to heal, the downside is never worth it. If you have amazing wands already and you're not planning a long run, it might be worth using once, but it'll do much more harm than good. Number 2. Vampirism. Vampirism is a decent perk that drops your health by 25%, but it allows you to drink blood for health. It can work very well by keeping you alive early game, but the more health you have, the longer it'll take to heal. You can stack this with the More Blood perk and Iron Stomach perk for basically unlimited healing, though you'll be spending an awful long time sitting there slurping up that delicious red juice. Number 3. Wand Experimenter. Wand Experimenter is another decent perk that lets you heal by firing wands you've never used before. You can fire a new wand a total of 7 times with diminishing health increases each click, which heals you for a total of 69 health. The healing in this perk relies on you being able to find new wands, and it can be a good perk to grab if you're finding yourself low on health. Number 4. Trick Blood Money. Despite what some people may say about this perk, Trick Blood Money is great because it synergizes well with Trick Greed and doubles the amount of gold and health you get from accidental kills. While it may not be the best early game, it can easily stack if you're visiting many parallel worlds. This will cause hundreds of gold blood money to drop and heal quite a bit of your health. One great tip for this perk is you can throw emerald tablets and other physics objects at enemies, which always generates double gold. By doing this with the Trick Blood Money perk, you can turn the emerald tablet into a great health generation method. Number 5. Healthy Explorer. In my opinion, Healthy Explorer is the best early game healing perk since it provides no downsides and gives you 60 health for every area you enter. If you find yourself running low on health, all you need to do is enter a new area like the fungal caverns and you instantly gain 60 health. The best way to use this perk is to not pick up the full heal in each holy mountain and then go heal in the next area. Later on, when your health is low, you can come back and pick up the full heal. This lets you explore many more areas and will keep you alive long enough to find better wands. The next category of healing is by using enemy healers. As far as I know, there are 2 enemies in the game that can heal you, but only if you know the proper methods to take advantage of them. Number 6. Hiisi Healers. The easiest healing enemies to find are the red Hiisi Healers with the green healing bolt launcher. They're most often found in Hiisi base, but you can find them in the underground jungle and several other biomes. Normally, these little guys will heal your enemies, but by spraying them with a pheromone potion, they'll become your friend and heal you instead. But be careful, because the enemies will target them while they have pheromone on them. If you don't manage to get a pheromone potion, a harder way is to stand between 2 healers and injure one of them with a kick. It's sometimes very hard to find multiple, but when you do, there are often other enemies nearby. Another method similar to that is by standing between a healer and a burning enemy. Burning enemies won't attack you and the healer will try to heal their burn damage. Every once in a while, let the healer heal the burning enemy and he'll keep firing healing bolts for longer. The last way you can use them is by enchanting enemies with a necromancy spell. Healers will always try to heal the necromanced enemies, and you can stand between them to heal yourself. There are probably several other ways, but those are all the ones I can think of right now. Number 7. Repair drones. The second enemy you can heal with are repair drones, who will most often spawn in the vault. Unlike Hiisi Healers, you can't use pheromone on them, so the only way you can heal is to stand between them and an enemy they're healing. If you have the telekinetic kick perk, you can grab the robot by using the force and hold it where it'll only heal you. Besides that though, it's very hard to heal with them. The next category is magical liquids. These 3 liquids will heal you in different ways, though 2 of them are incredibly rare to find. If you do find them though, you can potentially make them infinite using the fungal shift method, which I'll briefly explain. If you find your way into the fungal caverns or any area with the pink weird fungus, you can eat it by holding the S key down. Eating this stuff will get your character high and you'll gain a tripping status effect. If that status effect exceeds 180 seconds, one material in the world will be changed. When you're holding a flask of any material or liquid, there's a 75% chance that one random material in the world will become the material that you're holding, or that liquid in your hand will change to a random material. It's definitely a gamble, but if you change a healing liquid into something common like sand or worm blood, you'll have infinite amounts of that material. Number 8. Healthium. Healthium is one of the rarest materials in the entire game. If you find one of these, you should heal up by drinking it and then immediately try to fungal shift it. I have a couple hundred hours in Noita and I've never seen it in the wild. If you ever do find it, you'll be incredibly lucky, and you don't want that luck to go to waste by simply drinking the entire thing. Number 9. Lively Concoction. Lively Concoction is yet another healing potion that you're more likely to find. I've found it several times in the wild, and there's even a way you can increase your chances of finding it. Lively Concoction is created by combining 3 different materials with each other, and those materials are different in every single seed. If you manage to find this combination, you can create as much of it as you want, or you can choose to fungal shift it to something more common. There's a website that I'll link in the description that'll show you the ingredients by simply inputting your seed. This site shows you both the Lively Concoction materials and the alchemic precursor materials, and it can be incredibly helpful when the materials are all easy to obtain. Number 10. Hearty Porridge. Hearty Porridge is very easy to obtain, since you'll automatically get a flask of it when you choose the Eat Your Vegetables perk. This perk will force you to eat food in order to stay alive, but it will increase your damage depending on how much food you eat. The best way to use Hearty Porridge is to drink some of it and then use the rest to fungal shift. If you get lucky, you'll have unlimited Hearty Porridge for the rest of the run. The next items are healing items. These healing items are small consumable items that can never be made infinite. Once you've used their healing power, they'll disappear forever. Number 11. Cruel Orb. A Cruel Orb is a very difficult to get item. Normally gold orbs will spawn all around the world, but these gold orbs will turn into Cruel Orbs when you have the Curse of Greed active. It'll act just like a gold orb, except it drops blood money instead of gold. After a random number of kicks, it'll explode and damage you. It's not only a major gamble, but also the Curse of Greed will be likely to hurt you first, so it's up to you if you're willing to take that risk. Number 12. Refreshing Gourds. Refreshing Gourds are items you can always find in a small cave on the western edge of the world. If you manage to climb high enough, you'll see a couple of these gourds laying on the ground. Throwing them at the ground will cause a healing field to spawn, similar to the Circle of Vigor. These gourds also have alternate uses, which I'll let you try to figure out for yourself. Number 13. Kammi. The Kammi, or Kammi, however you say it, is one of the best healing items, since it can be found randomly underground. Kammis will cause a small cabin to spawn where you throw it, and you'll be healed by several healing bolts. It's a great item to have in an emergency, and if you find one, you should always pick it up. Healing spells are the number 1 way to heal in the entire game. With the right spell combination, they can easily be made infinite, which allows you to heal whenever and wherever you want. Number 14. Healing Bolt. Healing bolts are pretty commonly found around the world, and when you get them, you can heal yourself right away. The easiest way to do that is to dive into a pool of water in the Holy Mountain and fire the healing bolt at the ceiling. After you do that, quickly swim up and touch the healing bolt. The better way is to combine it with a boomerang spell that'll automatically make it come back at you. These spells aren't infinite though, and won't be made infinite with the unlimited spells perk. You can make them infinite by combining them with various Greek letter spells. If you take the concentrated spells perk, Healing Bolt will actually start to damage you. You can counteract this by placing a piercing spell modifier before it, and it'll heal you once again. In an emergency, you can throw the Healing Bolt wand on the ground for an enemy to pick up, and they'll attack you with it, healing you instead of hurting you. Number 15, Circle of Vigor. Circle of Vigor is the best healing item in the entire game, but it's much more rare than the Healing Bolt. When you find it, you can immediately heal yourself by standing inside it. If you manage to get one, use it sparingly, and use spell refreshers when needed. Try to get a hold of a Greek letter spell as soon as you can, and you'll have an amazing infinite healing wand. Number 16, Full Heals. The most obvious way to heal is by using the full heals in the Holy Mountain, but most players don't know that there are other ways to obtain these heals. To the left of the mines, there's an extremely dark cave filled with water. This cave contains one full heal and one health up, but it's impossible to see in unaided. There are 3 easy ways to see inside the cave, though you'll either have to swim quite a bit or dig through hard rock. The first way is by drinking worm blood. Worm blood lets you see in the dark, and you'll have superhuman sight as long as the worm blood stays in your system. The second way is by putting a light modifier onto a spell. It'll act like a makeshift flashlight, quickly illuminating the area until the spell disappears. The best spells to use with the light modifier are ones that last longer, such as bubble spells. The third way is by using the All-Seeing Eye perk. Keep in mind that the All-Seeing Eye spell won't work, so the perk is the only one that's effective. Several of the mini-bosses will also drop full heals when you beat them, though those are best saved for later game. At that point, you'll most likely have an alternative healing method, so it won't matter as much. If you manage to get an overpowered wand, those health pickups will be an easy thing to get. And those are the 16 ways I know of to heal in Noita. Like I said earlier, if there are other ways or new things are added in future updates, someone please comment below to let me know. I hope this video helped you out a lot, and if it did, a like would be much appreciated. Have fun in Noita. I'll see you in the next video.